Assalamu alaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi zidni ilma. Okay, how is everyone? Hope that you all are well, enjoying your learning. Okay, today we are here to solve one more paper. I hope that you have watched the videos of the previous papers also, the one that are uploaded. So today we are solving Computer Science Paper 2, Algorithms, Programming and Logic, 0478 Paper 2-3. That is May, June 2024. The duration of the paper is 1 hour 45 minutes. You have to answer on the question paper. No additional materials are needed. You have to answer all the questions, and you have to use a dark blue or a black pen for writing answers. You are allowed to use an IG pencil for any diagrams or graphs. You have to write your name, center number, and candidate number in the given boxes. Write your answer to each question in the given space. Do not use an erasable pen or correction fluid. Do not write on any barcodes. Calculators are not allowed to be used, so please do not carry a calculator at all. Paper is of 75 marks. The number of marks for each question or part question is given in brackets. No mark is going to be awarded for using the brand names of software packages or hardware. So please do not use this, otherwise you will not gain any mark for that. Hope that the instructions are very clear. Now let's move to question number 1. Tick one box to complete this sentence. The flowchart symbol represents a subroutine, represents a decision, represents an input or output, or represents a terminator. So which is the correct answer? I hope that we know this is representing a subroutine. 1 mark is yours. Easy, isn't it? Question number 2. 4 logic gates symbols and 5 logic functions are shown. Draw one line to link each logic gate symbol to the appropriate logic function. Not all logic functions will be used. I'm giving you a minute, solve it, and then you'll discuss. Okay, now done. Come on, let's do it together. This symbol, which is this symbol? The symbol is NAND gate, correct? This symbol is OR gate, correct? This symbol is NOT gate, correct? This symbol is the AND gate, correct? So, which one isn't available? The symbol is XOR gate, XOR gate. By the way, do we know how to draw the symbol? Okay. Exactly. That's wonderful if you know it, but that's really wonderful. I hope that we all have scored 4 out of 4, isn't it? Easy? Okay, let's move to the next question. Complete the truth table for the logic circuit. This is the logic circuit, and this is the symbol for XOR gate. That's really great, Ali, that you have actually identified it immediately, that this is the symbol for the XOR gate. Now move to this question. You are asked to complete the truth table for this logic circuit. This is your NOR gate, A NOR B. The result is moving to the XOR gate. Then this is again the NOR gate, getting signal from B, one signal coming from B and another signal from C. And it's going to the last one, XOR gate, and the outcome is your Z. So let's do it together, and then we will see that what is our result. I can see the first one is, as we said, A nor B. A nor B, and second one is B nor C. And the last one is Z, that is for the XOR of both these results. Now let's do it together. By the way, if you remember very quickly, if we recall, NOR is basically the opposite of OR gate. So once we are doing the first one, A nor B means 0 or 0 is a 0, reverse is a 1. 0 or 0 is a 0, reverse is a 1. 0 or 1 is a 1, reverse is a 0. 0 or 1 is a 1, reverse is a 0. 1 or 0 is a 1, reverse is a 0. 1 or 0 is a 1, reverse is a 0. 1 or 1 is a 1, reverse is a 0. 1 or 1 is a 1, reverse is a 0. So we have performed A nor B so quickly, isn't it? Now let's move to B nor C. 0 or 0, 0, 1. 0 or 1, a 1. Result is going to be a 0 for NOR. Now for this, we are actually referring to columns, the signals B and C. So that is why 1 or 0 is a 1, reverse is a 0. 1 or 1 is a 1, reverse is a 0. 0 or 0 is a 0, reverse is a 1. 0 or 1 is a 1, reverse is a 0. 1 or 0 is a 1, reverse is a 0. Similarly, 1 or 1 is a 1, reverse is a 0. In this manner, we have found, or we have written the answer of B nor C also. Any questions? And last, we are going to work on XOR gate. These are my two signals, A nor B, XOR B nor C. So 1 or 1, same. The result is a 0. Remember, XOR is opposites a 1, same is a 0. Same is a 0. That's why 1 or 1, 1 XOR 1 is a 0. 1 XOR 0, opposite, result is a 1. 0 XOR 0, same, result is a 0. 0, 0, result is a 0, because again they are same. 0, 1, opposites, XOR is going to be a 1. 0, 0, same, result is a 0. 0, 0, same, result is a 0. 0, 0, same, result is a 0. So in this manner, the answer is going to be, final answer will be 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. And you will gain 4 marks. Easy? Okay. Any questions till now? Okay, question number 3. Describe the characteristics of the string and the char data types and give an example of each. String, a group of characters consisting of letters, numbers, and special characters, as we have defined. Okay. Example can be any, like I've given computer science, you can write down anything, like anything, but it should be a string value. A combination of letters, numbers. I can even say James 4. That's perfectly possible. So anything that is composed of letters, numbers, and special characters will be considered as a string value. Yes, okay, Ali? Okay, now moving to char, a single character. And if you want, you can say a single character that is not used in calculations. I mean, this is what we remember. A string is a data type that is not used in calculations. Yes, Ahmed, thank you very much for contributing this, that you remember that string is not used in calculations. So even if it's composed of digits only, but not used in calculations, then that can be an example of string data type, okay? But remember, a single character. By the way, I wrote X. Can some other example be written for this? Okay. Can I say plus? Can I say 1? These all are examples of char. Exactly. That's very great. Okay, now no worries. Let me make it. Is it okay, Ali? Okay. Now, anything that is written within single quotations and that is not used in calculations, a single character that is not used in calculations is your string data type, is your char data type, single character. Many characters is going to be your string value, not used in calculations. And a single character which is not used in calculations is a jar data type. Exactly. Thank you very much, Ali. Now, question number 4. Any questions? See, till now we have scored. In hardly 5 to 10 minutes, we have scored. Okay? Now, this pseudocode algorithm is intended to allow data for up to 50 people to be entered and stored in a 2D array. The data is their last name, first name, and the city in which they live. Okay, it's a 2D array, and this 2D array is holding the data about 50 people, and this is holding the last name, the first name, and the city where they live. Now, this is your pseudocode, and you are supposed to find out 4 errors in this pseudocode. Now, let's concentrate on this for a minute, and then we'll talk about it. Okay, just concentrate. This is the pseudocode in front of you, and you have to tell the you have to identify 4 problems, and then we'll talk about it. Declare people array 1:50, 150, 1:3, 1:3 of real. Declare count integer. Declare response char. Declare continue boolean. For I equals to 1 to 50. For j equals to 1 to j, 1 to 3. People I comma j, assignment operator, quotations open, quotations closed, next j and then next I. Now what is happening here? Okay, wonderful, excellent, Ali, that we are initializing. That's wonderful. By the way, there are a few of our scenario-based questions where we are asked to initialize. So this is how you can initialize a 2D array. A nested loop, exactly. That's great, wonderful. I'm really very happy, Emma, that you are responding to my questions. So it's basically a nested loop that is being used from line number 5 to line number, you can see line number 5 to line number 8. This is your nested loop. As you can see, this is line number 5. Just for discussion, we are doing it. And this is my inner loop, and this is my outer loop, and just for the purpose of making you comprehend. And next j and next I. Count equals to 100, count 100, continue true. Case of output enter the last name, people count comma 1, enter the first name count comma 2, enter the city input, output enter the last name input people count comma 1, output enter the first name input people count comma 2, then output enter the city input people count comma 3, output do you want to enter another name y or n, input response. If response equals to n, then continue arrow false, else count equals to count plus 1, end if, until not count. So there are 4 errors. Are you done with the finding of the errors? Okay, let's see. Are our answers matching or not? Let's see. See the first error, as you have identified, Ali, thank you very much for proper identification, that the array is should be a string, and there is a mistake here. So line number 1, by the way, here it says error 1 line number. So if a student only writes line number, that's perfectly okay. And another student who wrote the whole line, that's also perfectly okay, because they wanted you to enter the line number only. So the first error is in line number 1. Declare people colon array 1 colon 50 comma 1 colon 3 of real. That is real. That is wrong. It should have been string. So here you have to make the correction, and here you need to write down the complete statement. So this was the mistake here. Of real is wrong, and it should have been of string. So this is identified appropriately by Ali. Thank you very much. Another one, again, you identified appropriately, that is line number 10 is starting with count equals to 100, arrow 100. That is wrong. When you're performing count, it should be starting with 1. That's another correction made in line number 10. And line number 12, case of is wrong, because here you can see there is no end case and there's no need as such. And it should have been repeat. So line number 12 is also having some problem. And the problem is it shouldn't have been case, it should have been repeat. And then line number 27, not until not count. See, when we are working with repeat until, which is a post condition loop, the loop works when condition is false. The loop works when the loop stops working when the condition becomes true until the bell rings. So until not count means it will not function anymore, because when I say until not count, so that is again a wrong thing. It should have been until not continue. Not to deal with count, but with continue. Because we are checking the variable response, and we are just checking continue equals to false or continue equals to true. So that is going to be the problem here. So that is what the Boolean value is, your continue. So until not count is wrong, it should have been until not continue or until continue equals to false. Okay. So if we have identified these 4 errors appropriately, we are definitely going to score 4 out of 4. So easy, isn't it? Exactly. Do not get confused because of the 2D array. Now you have got the good understanding of it. So mashallah, you are feeling much better. But by the way, if you're really confused, then there are a number of videos of scenario-based questions. You can watch them for your learning. Okay. Now part B. Write the pseudocode that you could add to the end of this algorithm to output the contents of the array. Make sure that the output ends when the data in the array ends. See, it means that you have to show all the contents of the array. Now, what is the marking criteria? You can see the marks are given to you that you have to score 4 out of 4, and marking criteria is you have to use the right appropriate loop, method to check array maximum not exceeded, method to check current or next array element is not empty, output of all 3 array elements, like you have to display the first name, the last name, and the city. So these are the requirement. So what is the, how can we handle it? We can do it this way: the count equals to 1, while count is less than or equal to 50, and people count comma 1 is not equal to quotations open, quotations closed. So this is really interesting. You need to see that actually you're checking 2 conditions. The first condition is if the value of count is less than or equal to 50, condition 1, and both conditions have to be true. And people, the array name, count comma 1 is not equal to empty. See, this is what we are doing, that until the array ends. So it did not say that all the 50 elements are supposed to be shown. There are 2 conditions, and we have handled them with the help of an can say condition. First condition, count less than 50 or equal to 50, and people of count comma 1 is not equal to an empty string. Do output people count comma 1, output people count comma 2, output people count comma 3, count equals count plus 1, and while. Exactly, Ali. Thank you very much. Actually, if they had only asked me to display all the elements of my array, for like all the 50 elements, then I could have used a for loop here. But here they have given me this situation. Make sure that the output ends when the data in the array ends. So this is the indication that the array contents, like the array might not contain all the 50 elements, all the 50 rows are not occupied. So that is why we are going to handle it this way. Okay? Fine, understood? Okay, now move further. Let's move further. Part C. Explain how could you alter the original corrected algorithm to make sure that the number of elements being added to the array does not exceed the maximum size of the array 50 elements. Now, here they are asking me to explain. They're not asking me to write the pseudocode at all, to write the algorithm at all. Be clear. It's a 4-mark question. And how will you do it? This is the marking criteria. Declare or use a variable that is set to the maximum size of the array, the 50, the last value, like the upper bound exactly, at the start. Like once you are starting your program, you have to use a variable that might be set to upper bound, like maybe upper bound equals to 50. And this should be after line 18, you have to check the value of the counting variable is not greater than the array maximum variable. Then after that, what you need to do is you have to make sure that the value that is like the value of count, for example, in this case, is not above upper bound. As soon as it's going above upper bound, your program should stop. And if it does if it is, do not allow any more entries. Set the value of response to n, add additional condition to until statement that checks if the counting variable is at the maximum. So here, there are different situations as you can do. What can we do here? You can see here, the input is taken. After that, we are just checking the response. So here, the response is n, it's continuing and continuing. It's not checking that the value should not be going beyond 50. It may happen that a person entered y, and the counting continued, and it has exceeded the limit of the array. So in that case, what are the options that we can try? We can first of all have the upper bound set. That will be the maximum value that is there in the location of the array is going to be 50 elements. That is 50 rows. So that is what we can do. After that, we are going to see that the value of the variable is not above the upper bound. And if it's allowing, then we can go for another check that will be written with repeat until, and that will be checking that the value has not gone beyond the upper bound value. So in this manner, if you have explained all the points properly, then definitely you will be able to score 4 out of 4, isn't it? Exactly. It's a bit tricky. So definitely that's why you need to spend a little time in comprehending, and only then you will be able to answer this question also, isn't it? Okay, maybe move ahead. No questions? Okay, now question number 5. The flowchart represents an algorithm. And what is this flowchart? Let's see. This is my flowchart. Start, L equal to 0, S equal to 10,000, T0, A0, input limit, count 1, input value. Is value greater than L? Yes, it's moving down, and L equals to value, and T equals to T plus value. And the value of count is increased by 1. And then it's going here, and it's checking, is count greater than limit? Yes. So what is it doing? It's checking the value of A. It's storing the value of A as A equals to T upon limit, and the output is there. And after that, we are ending the program. On the contrary, if the value of count is not greater than limit, it means it is less than limit. So it is moving up and taking the input again. And then is the value greater than L? No. Then it is going to move here. And is value less than S? Yes. So S equals to value, and the same process is repeated. So, by the way, do you want to work on it a little bit? Let me give you a little bit of the hint. Although it is being solved here, but let's see. What will you do here? These are your input data. L0, S10,000, T0, A0. So these are your 4 initializing. Input limit. So input limit means this value will go to limit, as you can see. Count equals to 1, count is 1. Then after that, input value. So input value means this is 30. This moves to the variable value. 30 comes here. Is value greater than L? Is value 30 greater than 0? Yes, definitely 30 is greater than 0. So immediately the value of L is changed to the value of the variable value. It means that now L that was storing 0 earlier will now hold 30. And then t equals to t plus value. T was holding 0. 0 plus value is going to be 30. So this is going to be changing the variables L and T. And then we are moving down, and you can see for yourself that this is done. Yes, this is done. Count equals to count plus 1. The value of count is increased by 1. It becomes 2. Is count greater than limit? Is 2 greater than limit? 10? No. So it is going to move again and will take the next input of the new value. That is your 18. And here we can see the 18 value will move to the variable value. Do you want to do it? Okay, that's great. Wonderful. Try it out. Inshallah, you'll be able to manage. Till now, is everything going fine? See, it's so simple. Just pay attention that you are going to pay attention to the sequence, pay attention to the value of the different variables, and you will be able to find it out. Isn't it easy? Like one by one, first the value of 30, then 18, then 8, then 25, 12, 17, 2, 50, 15, and 5. All the values are going to be checked one by one. And once you are done with all the checking, then you can see for yourself that what is the final result. Now, I hope that we are done. We are done with this whole thing. So one by one, we kept on checking the value, the value, the variable value, and we figured out that whether the value is above L whether it's less than S. If it's not above L, then we are checking that whether it's less than S. So here we can see one by one when we kept on checking the value. So first time 30 was there. So it has changed the value of variable L. Then second input taken, 18. 18 was checked against the L value. L is 18. 18 is the value. And L is holding 30. So 18 is greater than 30. So condition is false. So it is moving here. It's checking the value of it S. S is 10,000. So value is holding 18 is less than 10,000. Condition true. So change the value of variable S. And then again, the next input taken 8, checked with the L. 8 is greater than 30. Condition is false. But 8 is less than 18. So it has changed the value of variable S. And then again, next input taken 25. So 25 has neither changed the value of L or nor S, but it is actually added to the variable total. So first time total was 0, then 30, then 30 plus 18 became 48, then 48 plus 25, 48 plus 8 became 56, then 56 plus 25 became 81, and 81 plus 12 is 93. So in this manner, the variable t is adding the totals, but you can see the variable L or S is changing on some conditions. So here you can see this. In both the cases, the variable t is added. That is what is shown here. But if the value of L is the value is greater than L, then this is changed. If the value is less than S, then S is changed. But in both the cases, you can see that the variable t is adding the contents of the variable value to the previous total. Isn't it? Okay, fine. Okay, then yes, I have actually used the right variable because we're habitual of using the right variables. That's why it has come out of my like this one. This why I said we have been practicing this since the beginning of our learning, isn't it? Use variables that depict their nature. So that is why I made a mistake. I'm really thankful and sorry for the, both together. By the way, are we done? So then after this, 25 and 12 and 17 did not change the value of L or S, but they are adding in T and getting the final result. After that, we reached 2. So 2 was checked against L. It didn't meet the criteria. It moved to the value of S. S is checked. S is now 8. So it has changed the value of S. S is now 2. S is no more 8. And then 50. With this 50, it has changed the value of L. And after that, you can see that again, definitely the T variable is adding the previous contents of T with the new value of variable. And then in the end, once the value of now after that 5 is input, it's neither changing L or S, but it has changed the value of T. And once the whole thing is over, the count is checked, is count greater than limit. So you can see the value of count is now 11. So it's greater than 11, is greater than 10. So condition is now going to finish my this loop, and it is moving to the variable arrow assignment operator T upon limit. So T is holding 182 and limit is holding 10. So 182 divided by 10 will be 18.2. So simple, like this is simple calculation. I think we do not need a calculator at all, isn't it, Ali? Yes, exactly. So simple questions are given to us. So that is what is done. And then in the end, very important thing is the output. Any problem till now? That's wonderful. Great that you people have done it yourself, because I explained it to you in the beginning, but be careful about this output. Output L equals to L, S equals to S, T equals to T, and A equals to A. So these values will be printed along with the variables. L equals to 50. The last value of L is 50. S equals to 2 because the last value of S is 2. Then T equals to 182 because the last value of T is 182. And A is 18.2 because the last value of A, like the only one value is there. After initializing is done, it's in the end 18.2. And this is what is my final answer. So in this manner, if you have written, like if you have done everything appropriately, then 6 marks are yours. Okay. Now, outline the purpose of the algorithm. By the way, if you figured it out, what is L doing? What is S doing? What is T doing? What is A doing? Limit is easy, count is easy, value is easy. But L, S, T, and A, what are they doing? Pay attention to the data and let's figure it out. Okay, fine. That's wonderful. The purpose of different variables is very clear that actually they are, now it's basically a two-mark question. The purpose of the algorithm is it is able to find out the largest, smallest total and average of the set of numbers. It's going to find and output the, okay. It's if a student has written this whole thing, then that will be really great that if he has written that it's the purpose of the algorithm is to find out and output the largest, the smallest, the total, and the average of a set of numbers. See, it's not something that is fixed. It's like a set of numbers, a set of numbers like 10 numbers or 12 numbers, whatever the limit is given in the question, it is going to find out the largest, the smallest value, the highest value, the total value, and the average value of that number of numbers, that set of numbers. Okay. Now moving to part C. Explain why the identifiers L, S, T, and A may not be appropriate to use as identifiers and how they could be improved. Exactly, that is what we have just done. Identifiers L, S, and T are not very self-explanatory. They are single letters, and they're not giving any indication of what they are holding. On the contrary, if we use meaningful names like rather than L, we can say the largest, rather than S, the smallest, or if we have used total the way we said right now, an average, then this could have been better meaningful names. So this is a better option that could have been used by the programmers rather than using LS and A and D. Now, what does better? State a more appropriate identifier for each of the variables, L, S, T, and A, largest or maximum, S, smallest or minimum, T, total or sum, A, average or mean. So since we are habitual of using maximum, so if a child has written maximum, still that will be treated as a right answer. And okay, largest or maximum, smallest or minimum, total or sum, average or mean. They all are correct answers. If you have pinpointed, if you have written the right better option, then definitely 2 marks are yours. Okay, now another question. Any problem till now? Okay, question number 6. A program is to be written that would accept integers that are between the values 1 and 80 inclusive. Now, 1 and 80 inclusive, and give examples of normal, abnormal, and extreme test data that could be used to make sure the program only accepts valid data. Now, normal data, 1 and 80 inclusive, many right answers. Exactly any value except for 1 and 80 in between this range. Like a student can write down 75, another can write down 12, another can write down 56. They all are right answers because they all are within the range and they will be accepted. Abnormal, outside the range, like a child can even say, for example, a child can even say minus 1. That is also abnormal. Another child can say like minus 90. That is also abnormal because it is outside the range. But as far as extreme is concerned, 1 and the child wrote 80. These are the 2 answers. But I've given you examples here. So you can just be clear that any one example is supposed to be written and be clear that the first example is always accepted. So please refrain from writing down many examples here I've just done to make us comprehend that these are the probable answers. Okay, so 3 marks are yours. Just write one example and that's enough. Like, for example, you can simply say anyone, fine? Now, part B, describe what is meant by extreme test data. Test data to test the limits of acceptable data entry that will only accept the largest and the smallest acceptable values. A 2 mark question. If you write it like this in your own, like the words might be different, but if it's this carrying the same meaning, then definitely that will be really great. And you will be definitely scoring the marks, okay? Okay, fine. Test data to test the limits of acceptable data entry that will only accept the largest and the smallest acceptable values. Largest and smallest, highest and the least are acceptable. Now, question number 7. The string operation substring full text comma x comma y returns a string from full text beginning at position x, that is y characters long. The first character in full text is in position 1. Write pseudocode statements to store the string IGCSE Computer Science at Cambridge in full text, extract and display the words computer science from the string and store it in a suitable variable, output the original string in uppercase. So these are my 3 requirements. First of all, I have to store the string in the variable full text as is done here. You can see full text, arrow, and we have done it. See, it's so simple. Store the string IGCSE Computer Science in full text. This is my task number 1. Full text, assignment operator, within double quotations, IGCSE Computer Science at Cambridge. Exactly the same words are supposed to be written here. Extract and display the words computer science from the string and store it in a suitable variable. Suitable variable. Now this is your, like they have given it to you. You can use any. Part text, assignment operator, and since it's extracting, so that is why they have given us the option substring from where? Full text. As was said here, the substring function is going to be like the beginning, the first argument, the first parameter is going to be the text value. X is the beginning position from where you have to extract, and the y variable is depicting the number of characters. So here, since we need to extract computer science, so computer science is beginning from position number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. This is position number 7. Be clear, this is position number 7. That is why you can see for yourself that this is your beginning position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th position. That's why it says 7. And since it is composed of how many characters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So that's why, since the number of characters is 16, that's why we have mentioned the third argument as 16. Start from position 7 and extract 16 characters, including the spaces. Remember, the string even includes the spaces. So we are not going to exclude the spaces because they are included in the word IGCSE Computer Science at Cambridge. That's why they will be actually forming a part of the string. That's why, see this substring? From where to extract? Full text is stored here. From where to start the position? Position number, the beginning position is 7th, and how many letters to be extracted? How many characters to be extracted is 16. That's why this will form your complete statement. Correct use of substring, an assignment of reduced string to its own variable, and that will be giving you the result. And then output the original string in uppercase. Output the original string in uppercase is your third requirement. So here you can see output. And what is output? We can see that output was required here, and store it in a suitable, extract and display the words. Display the words. So that is why display the words means that this is going to be used here. Output, part text, comma, U case or full text. U case is going to be uppercase. So this is what we have already learned. So we are just going to use it here, and this is going to give me full marks. Easy? Any questions? Now, part B. Write the pseudocode statements to store the content of the variable you created in part A to a text file named subject.txt. Close the text file at the end of the algorithm. Store the contents of the variable you created in part A to a text file named subject.txt. It means that you have to first of all open the file. This is very, very important. Open file. What to be opened? Subject.txt for write, because we are creating the file. That's why it's for write. And then we will write what? What is supposed to be written? This part text. Write file, subject.txt, comma part text, then close file, subject.txt. In this manner, you are able to score the marks so easily. Remember, 3 marks, a 3-mark question, a 3 marks part. So you can easily score if you have written these 3 lines, open the file properly, use the write statement for write file, and you have closed the file appropriately, then 3 marks are yours. And for that, you can see marking criteria is opening the file for writing, write mode, then writing the variable from part A to the file, and which are the variables? That is your part text. And then closing the file. See, they have not given you the variable name because that was your choice. That's why. Store the content of the variable you created. Exactly, Ari. You created. That's why it is not going to use full text at all. That was the hint. See, you created in part A means I did not create full text. This was already given to me. I created part text. See, full text was already given to me. I have to use part text here, not full text here. That is the trick exactly. Okay, any questions? Easy? These are your marking criteria, and you have closed the file properly. So simple, close file and subject.txt, that's so simple. Okay? Any questions? File handling we have done, and we know how to solve it, but if there's any question, then you can watch the video file handling also. Okay, Ahmed? Just to make the concept a little clearer, if you want, you can watch the video and that will make the concept a little clearer also, okay? Now move to question number 8. A database table called Hanger1 stores the details of a collection of historic aircraft at a museum. This is your structure, part of the data file, part of the database. State the number of fields and records in the database table, the number of fields and the number of records. Which are the fields? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 fields. And how many records? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. 11 records. That is what you can see. You have numbered them properly, and please do not include this first line at all. This is just the heading that is indicating the field name. So do not include this as your record. So there are 11 records and 6 fields. Okay? Give the part B. Give the output that would be produced by the structured query language statement. Select model, year, engines from Hanger 1, where engines greater than 1, order by year. Now, this is very important. What is the, let's actually understand this. What is the requirement here? I have to display the data from these 3 fields only from the database Hanger 1. Condition is where engines is greater than 1. And once I have figured out, then I have to only display these three variables. Like these are my 3 fields that are supposed to be displayed. And the condition is written here, engine greater than 1. And the order by means, by the way, what is order by clause doing? Okay, that's great. Where is actually meant to filter to go for checking the conditions, whichever records are meeting the criteria, they will be handled. And if the order by clause was not written, then they will be displayed as they were in the like in there. But order by year, and by the way, order by year means ascending or descending. Okay, where engines greater than one. So first thing is we have to identify how many or have engines greater than one. One, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 records are meeting the condition. So what are we going to do? Now, you can see this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. And it said order by year. I was supposed to display what? Model, year, and what is my requirement? What am I supposed to here display? Select model, year, and engines. Model, year, and engine. These are the three things that are supposed to be displayed. So what is displayed? 1966, 1970, 1973. I'm just circling it for the purpose of order by clause. Order by clause means that which one will come here? 1936, 1942, 1973, 70, or 66. What do you think? Which one will come here? And these three values are supposed to be displayed. Model, year, and engines. So what will be the result? What will come first? Which year will come first? 36 means 314 Clipper. Then 1942, C47 Dakota. Then 1966 Nimrod. Then 1970 DC-10, and then Concorde. So let's see. Isn't it? Okay, let's see. Is our result matching with the answer? First one is 314 Clipper, the way I said, 1936. 4 engines. Then C47 Dakota, 1942. 2 engines. Then after that, we talked about 1966 Nimrod. That is 966, 4 engines. Then DC-10, 1970 with 3 engines. And lastly, Concorde, that was 1973 with 4 engines. So this is what will give you correct models of plane selected, correct years of plane selected, correct numbers of engines selected with data all matching for each record, data sorted correctly with no additional fields or punctuation. So this is what is going to give you 4 marks. You have identified all the records, you have written them in the right order. So 4 marks are yours. Fine? Okay. Complete the SQL statement to display only the ID and model of all the aircraft that are airworthy. So first thing is I need to know the variables, the field names. What is the field name? Select ID was written for me, comma, and then model. That was the second thing that was required to be displayed. Model. The variable name is, the field name is model. And then from Hangar 1, the database name is Hangar 1. And then since I have to filter the condition is mentioned that aircraft that are airworthy. Airworthy, again you can see, airworthy means the variable is airworthy, Y or N. So definitely that are airworthy means that they are airworthy equals to Y. So if you have written where airworthy equals to Y or even airworthy, that will give you 4 marks. 1 mark for this one, 1 mark for this one, and where condition is written properly. And a student can write down equals to Y, perfect. And the student can simply say airworthy, that is also perfectly okay. So I hope that you have understood the whole database question that we have discussed in now. Okay, now one more question, that is the last one, will be inshallah handled very soon. So for the scenario based question, Inshallah, we are going to have another session for that also. So stay tuned, click on the bell icon, and subscribe the channel so that you are getting the latest updates of all the new videos that are uploaded. Hope that you have liked the video, liked the explanation. Subscribe to the channel, share with your friends and family so that they all are going to benefit from it. And if you want to watch any of the videos, want to view us to make the video on any topic, do share with us, comment so that we will know what you want. Jazakallah khairan kasira for being a part of the learning journey. And take very good care of yourselves and the loved ones and your loved ones. May Allah bless you. May Allah help you in your future endeavors. Allah Hafiz.